Welcome back to Ridiculous Gaming. This is Veedster, and today I will be reviewing Wulverblade for the Nintendo Switch. But before we get into the review, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel, and make sure to check out our website at ridiculousgaming.com for more Nintendo Switch news and reviews, and make sure to follow us on Twitter at @ReDocGaming. All links can be found in the description below, and now on to the review. Wulverblade is set in 120 AD Britain, with the Roman army marching north to conquer the rest of the island. Rome has sent the 9th Legion to complete this task. The Britons of the north are not prepared to give up and have rallied behind Caradoc, the guardian of the northern tribes. The tribes will dismember any who get in their way, ready to annihilate the enemy so that they will never want to return. Wulverblade has all the elements of a traditional beat-em-up, from the side-scrolling button mashing, special weapons to pick up, hordes of constant enemies to fight, and food to help replenish your life. The game embraces the history that was set forth by Golden Axe, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Dungeons & Dragons, to name a few of the original beat-em-ups that graced video game arcades that were dominant in the 90s. However, Wulverblade does a magical thing to the genre and adds layers upon layers of unique mechanics to the game that evolves it into a gorgeous story. The team behind Wulverblade did not waste the setting of the game. They made meticulous efforts to research and study the history and locations of the British Isles. Throughout the game, you can find amazing facts about the history of the era, from something as simple as the origins and uses of a specific weapon, the history of the pagan religions that dominated the time, and even the artifacts and carvings and rocks and the purposes behind them. It was an amazing dichotomy of events where one minute you were chopping off the head of a devious foe, and in the next minute you are reading the history of the Isles. The game also adds a unique mechanic to the standard beat-em-up by allowing the player to block attacks with their shield. This technique can be used with a variety of moves to attack or dodge the enemy's barrages. When the shield is used at the perfect moment, you can block an attack by the enemy and then perform a bone-smashing counter. The shield also becomes a valuable asset when you are dealing with ranged attacks. You can block their arrows and then charge in with the shield up to close the distance. Wulverblade adds another mechanic to the game by introducing a rage bar. The bar slowly increases over time as you fight enemies. Once the bar is completely filled, you can enter a berserker trance. While in this trance, your attacks do more damage, you take 0 damage from enemy attacks, and replenish your health. The timing of this ability becomes very critical as you get farther and further into the game. The team's decision on the art and animation really do it justice. They found the right balance for the game so that they could have beautiful and fluid gameplay, but they were also able to balance the fights and the characters with the gorgeous backgrounds and tie the game together. This really shows the nurture and care that was put into researching all aspects of the game. The team put great love and attention into every meticulous detail of the game, and this can be even seen in the carefully cultivated music that really draws you into the action. With all this attention to history and detail, it really made me feel part of the game, and I began to wonder if there was some truth to the story that was unfolding and being told to me as I played it. It brought me back to the opening scene of Gladiator with Russell Crowe, but I was on the side of the barbarian horde instead of the disciplined and powerful Roman army. But today, I was going to destroy that army and bring back Russell Crowe's head on a pike for the northern tribes to celebrate. While most players will start out in normal mode, which will give these players as many lives as they need to complete the campaign, the Wulverblade team threw down the gauntlet by providing an arcade mode. In arcade mode, you only have 3 continues, and each continue only provides 3 lives. If you thought normal mode was hard, I dare you to take on the challenge that is arcade mode, because one does not simply beat Wulverblade. One must master Wulverblade and use all your abilities and tactics to overcome the challenging and devious foes which you will face. The game adds plenty of goodies to make the completionist in each of us go crazy as well, from finding every bit of lore in the game, to unlocking the achievements, to taking a swing at the arena and trying to fight off endless waves of enemies to get to the top of the leaderboards. Wulverblade will not hold your hand through the game. It will not comfort you when you weep in shame as it defeats you. It will drink your blood and tears in a scream of glory, and yet you will come back for more punishment and will come out of the other side a stronger player and a hero to your people. Will you take up the gauntlet that Wulverblade has thrown down?